people, showcase some of our amazing members and partners that we work with, and give the opportunity to really be streamed beyond just our network, but also this is streaming live on social media. So Juliet, you want to be on the best behavior. Just messing with you. Just messing with Sorry, that was, oh my
Should I
goodness.
be offended?
No, please don't. Please don't.
I
I'm
guess
pleased.
if
You bring fun to this whole thing, I have to say. So, those of you that don't know Juliet, Juliet is with Super Brand Publishing. She is one of our power partners. And what I love about Juliet, first off, she helps people get to bestseller. She helps uh, create incredible books that have the impact that you're here to have when you write your book. But also, she's an expert in power partnerships and building relationships. Used to run an ad agency. So it's beyond the book. It's actually building that platform for your book so that you can make money, because most of us know everybody here's an
Rock
author.
star podcaster.
Yes. Oh, her podcast. Yes.
I'm elite now, but I didn't ever own an agency.
You did.
And
Why do I have that in my
because
mind?
I worked for one of the biggest ones in the world on $1 billion account, but no,
Oh,
I didn't
okay,
own
you
it myself.
worked with a very large. Okay, thank you for correcting me, because I want to make sure I say that correctly.
No,
Um,
you know what? The only reason I did it, you guys all seen on the news lately how there's this guy out there saying he was a war hero and he never corrected a single news person that he interviewed with. I don't know if you guys have seen that on the news, but he has been, he's running for the vice president of the United States, and he keeps saying he went to war and he did all these things. And when he's introduced at events, he never corrects that person. So now that's become the narrative, is that that's who he is. So
oh
that's why I
wow.
did it. I don't want anybody.
Okay, well, good. I want to be accurate. I want to be accurate. Also has Breakthrough Author Magazine, which is incredible, whether you have a business or whether you have a book or not. It really teaches all kinds of skills, all the way from podcasting to building community and how to write, because writing is not just in books. It's also what do you say in websites, and really, I just appreciate you, Juliet, all that you do. So I wasn't trying to pick on you. I was
No,
more
that's
having fun of that. So since we have a small group, I think it would be great just to do an open platform of just kind of sharing who you are, what you're up to, and what you're looking for next. And this way we can collaborate. I do have to say, even though we're small, this is a mighty group. We have big, I was told I'm not supposed to say Rolodex anymore. We have large contact lists. Does everybody know what a Rolodex is? Amanda, you know what a Rolodex? Yes. Okay. Barbara, you know what a Rolodex is? Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah. We have a large contact list.
Oh
And
my goodness.
as we connect, the one thing is, Barbara, and I'm eager to hear who you are. A lot of us know each other because we're in the community. Nancy Mayer's also a power partner. Amanda Johnson is a trailblazer, and she's been with us for quite some time. But as we share, if you're not familiar with somebody, I love to share this little tool of how to make an introduction if you don't know somebody, but it makes it to where you're kind of, what is the word, like off the hook. So Barbara, let's say you say something today that I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to introduce you to Juliet, right? But I may not know exactly what you're doing, but when you spoke, Juliet's name came to mind. And so with the introduction, because it's the personal introductions that make the biggest impact. I probably wouldn't give you her number. I'd probably say, let me do an email just to make sure I make that connection. And so I would say, Juliet, I just met Barbara, and when she was talking about these items, your name came to mind. I don't know her very well, but when she spoke, I thought that you guys should talk and see if there's any magic, or if there's some ways that you guys could work together or collaborate. So it's really being comfortable with making that introduction, just trusting that when people come to mind, that it could make a difference. So, um, who wants to go first? And I did let somebody else in. Kisila?
Sila.
Sorry. No, this is not. And I have to tell you that this is a good question. No, we have some oh, and we have a man. Great. No.
So you can be our token man today.
Nice to see you guys. Really nice to see you.
Yeah, normally we have a very, very large group. And so I was just saying it's a smaller group. So we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're just going to network with each other openly. So we'll have a little bit of time, but just I encourage you to come back next month. You can go to bandtogetherevents.com.
There's people coming in.
bandtogetherevent.com because we normally do 3 breakout rooms. And so it's really great because you get to meet the different sets of individuals. And we have another man. You're no longer solo. So
I was feeling special before.
oh,
Okay.
You're so special.
Yeah, you're so special.
You're very special.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I
And
could-
so
yeah,
when
go ahead,
we
please.
oh, go ahead. So when we do the breakout rooms, we use an app that is has algorithms to it so that everybody checks in on a QR code. It's ideally puts you in rooms with new people you don't know, and then through the app you're able to connect. And so since it is a small group, we'll go ahead and you can put your contact information in the chat, and we'll encourage everybody to save the chat. And then we'll get started. We'll have a little bit longer to connect. Amanda, do you mind showing them how it's done?
Oh, putting it in the
No.
Yeah.
Doing your introduction. Let us know who you
Oh.
are and how can we
Okay.
support you. And so
I just got back from lunch and I ate way too much. So just
okay.
being true. No, actually, I empower individuals to transform their divorce experience from perceived failure into a catalyst for personal growth, renewed happiness as an intuitive healer and a certified divorce coach.
That is
Who
beautiful.
helped you with that? That's great.
Tiffany,
Oh my
I did
goodness.
the workshop last week. I have my new cue card.
Awesome. So are you open to just a little bit of plussing for this format?
Absolutely. I always love plussing.
So at the end, I always like to imagine it's like a radio commercial. So it could be to learn, go to my website here, or I have a free gift, or a free report anytime we have any sort of opt-ins or things like that. That's great. So do you want to share a closing statement so people can connect with you?
I am Amanda Beth Johnson. You can reach me at amandabethhealing.com. And tomorrow I am doing a live masterclass free of charge to help all of these empathic people and bring in their energy and be safe, especially as they go through divorce, because it brings such a different twist on things when you have a hard time separating your energy from their energy so that you can move forward happily.
Can I ask another question?
Sure.
So when you think of divorce, I think of marriage. I've had a couple of relationships where it felt like a divorce just because maybe we parted ways. Would this work in
Absolutely.
There's a
Absolutely. And I think that probably if we want to get down to the brass tacks, being an empath and being able to control that situation in your energetic field is just so important. This class is going to work for everyone, and definitely looking a little bit more on the relationship things, because even when our kids move out and respecting their boundaries as they're now in a new adult and not having to put that out there. So yeah, all relationships, it would be appropriate.
Okay, beautiful.
Maybe after we do the introductions or whatever, but I would love if you could share kind of the bit of the template that you learned at that shop, because right here I have my special little note, write and practice elevator pitch.
Well, Tiffany is Tiffany's one of our members in the brand. She's a power partner, and she's the one that did all of our branding. Tiffany Newman with Legacy branding.com. And yes, great to share that. But just so you know, you have access to her in the community, and isn't she a powerhouse?
Oh, and the information that she poured out in this, I mean, I would love to take her up on the opportunity, but I'm finishing out my year with another coach before I take up. But she was able to bring the last 3 years of marketing and brand building to really solidify. And I was sick while I was taking her classes. It's not my normal nasally tone. And still, she still showed up. She's, yeah, absolute powerhouse. And so I think my quick answer, Nancy, is shifting it from being your elevator pitch to being your purpose statement.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Ooh, beautiful. All right. Anybody have any quick, just any leads? I guess we can just put them in the chat too, but anybody have any questions or connections or anything for Amanda before we move to the next person?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
How do I get to this meeting?
The event.
Yeah,
Do
the
you want-
event.
You want to put that in the chat, and then also will you let us know, Amanda, for the recording, because we are streaming live all over the place. So if people want to hear that.
It is yourdivorcehealing.com/empath-live masterclass or live master-class. I believe we'll get you there.
Okay, perfect. All right. Any other questions for her or connections? All right. I hope I don't have anybody that needs you. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but I'm thinking through my friends and I'm like, I hope they all stay together for many years to come.
Well, and it's not even, I mean, I'm happy to help work with people going through a relationship issue. And a lot of times when you heal yourself, then you can come from a place that you can be a better person to other people in all aspects of your life. When you heal yourself, you're a better partner. You're a better partner to your spouse, to your partner, to your children, to your coworkers. And so it's really about healing yourself.
Beautiful. Thank you for saying that. Well, I may have a couple people. Oh.
I do have one more question. What is the best way to heal yourself? In terms of, I don't know, but when I look back in my life, the happiest times that I've been is when I progress the most. And a lot of people now are stuck in nothingness, not progressing. So how do you kind of, with your clients, how do you deal with that? What kind of steps do you give them?
Can you give one or two tips?
I personally am an intuitive healer, so that's part of my magic there. But it's who you surround yourself. And you said it. You said it exactly. The happiest times in your life are when you're around happy people. And when we surround ourselves, the book, Power versus Force. Everything we are around has an energetic level. And if you go to the lesser side of town, or you go to places that aren't happy, you're soon going to be unhappy too. So surround yourself with better people. And those people who are meant to be with you will continue to move and to grow with you. And it's okay to outgrow people.
That energy thing that you talk about, it's kind of weird to me. It's very fascinating because it does make sense. I mean, I felt sometimes people looking at me from behind me and I turn around and catch them. But what is that energy? There is some kind of communication.
You're an empath, my dear. You're an empath.
What is an empath?
You feel everything. Yeah. You feel everything. And so in this class, we're going to teach you how to bring it in so that you can feel yourself and be whole. And we'll also teach you how you keep testing the waters, but you don't get sucked into them.
Wow, that's powerful, because I do feel like I get sucked into a lot of things that
part of it's maturity too. I think several of us can also agree that we learn that. And so, yeah.
It's just becoming aware and conscious of your own.
And listening. That's
cool. Maybe that's an age thing. Once you hit 24, you just start thinking.
That's why your car insurance drops at 25. Yeah.
I know.
I live in Springfield, Ohio.
I know I've had to, I've actually had a couple of sessions with Amanda, which have been just game changers. I went to her with They didn't happen to be about relationships, but it was so powerful because she was able to discover things that I didn't realize were going on, and just within one session and rapid
Wow.
time was able to clear it and really move forward. And I'm just going to add one more thing about empathy that I think Amanda's really great at is, as an empath, I know for me, I had to learn how to decipher what was my energy and what was other people's energy, right? Like what did I think, I might be feeling or sensing or hearing certain things, but really it was just somebody else's stuff, and how to really
Yeah.
disconnect. Is that, Amanda, does that resonate with some of what you work with?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. And
So
and that's why I say heal yourself. Be healed, because then you are confident, you know who you are, and you're not easily swayed by other people. And it allows you to make really awesome decisions like being part of the B.A.N network, going to Tiffany's training and making those decisions. So I also talk about intuition is that internal bullshit meter. So
yeah,
when
I
things are not
completely
right and you
understand
just
what
don't
you're
go
saying.
there.
Yeah. What
I'm
is
human too.
sympathy? Like, what is that? What is
Oh,
sympathy?
I'm going to stop because I don't want
Oh
to take up everybody
yeah.
else's
Sorry,
time.
yeah. I should stop
Feel
too.
free to call me.
I'm excited for tomorrow.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow
Mhm.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You're gonna
because I
love.
could talk all day, Shannon.
Yeah.
The rest of you know that. So yeah.
And if we have time, I'm happy to dive deep on some of that. So,
Yeah.
Nancy, do you mind going next after I share a couple things that I love about you?
Sure.
Okay. So, Nancy, one of the things with Power Partners in business, and again, Juliet has an amazing course that she's taught our members, is that we start looking at who do we know to play with and collaborate. And so Nancy is, man, this woman is on fire when it comes to building a team, when it comes to building your advisory board. When it comes to even raising capital, she deals in that space of raising capital and not, that whole thing in business where you may be feeling like you're alone. She kind of helps eliminate that. And so she's written an incredible book. I'll get the link for that in just a moment. And will you tell them the name of the book again?
The Advisory Board Playbook.
The Advisory Board Playbook.
Yes.
Showcase some of our amazing. Sorry, it's coming up on here. So Nancy and Juliet, did you want to add anything amazing about Nancy since you know her best?
Yes. So Nancy is a wonderful friend. I met her at another event, and her and her husband are so much fun. I got to babysit their lake house this summer, which was a lot of fun. And you know what? She's the best sport because all of us girls who play golf together, none of us are very good, but most of us throw our clubs and yell. And Nancy's just like, whatever. So she's always fun to play with because she's such an even keel.
So my company is called, by the way, Power Play. I'm originally from Toronto, Canada, and it's also a hockey term for that one person advantage to help you score your goal. So I consider myself a strategist and a catalyst. A lot of what I do is just facilitate the conversation. So I'd say the two things that I do really, really well, thank you, Shannon, is build high-performing teams fast and also get the right people around the table and create the environment to have, really game-changing strategies and innovations. So I'm kind of known for visual thinking. So I use a lot of canvases, mapping, stickies to get it out of your head onto the wall so that everyone's got a shared understanding of what's going on. I'm also known for design thinking, which is really pushing you to kind of not fall in love with your first idea, to prototype and innovate and see what else is out there. So kind of like a sub part of that is a customer advisory board. So especially in the tech industry where, they have product backlogs and things like that, this really helps, validate. So I do customer advisory boards because everyone says they're customer centric, but then they never really talk to the customers. And the last thing is gamification. So I'm all about, again, play, games. There's so much scientific research on it, but games and play. When you're a kid, you become more creative, which leads to better innovation. you solve problems like puzzles and all that kind of stuff when you were a kid. And you know, what business isn't about solving a problem? And you know, socialization. And I think, you know, play well together. And it's just amazing, you know, going back to team building. When I, you know, was working on major projects and I was doing a kickoff, I would fight tooth and nail to get that extra half day so that we could play some games, we could do some interactive exercises, and the bonds that were built were just so quick. So I mean, I love knowing what an outcome is and then reverse engineering, designing, and facilitating the exercises to get to what you want. And you know, advisory boards are probably one of the least understood, most powerful business tools out there. And I really, you know, encourage people to tap in to that wisdom, because you all have 6 or 7 incredibly successful people that want to see you succeed, but perhaps you haven't given them the, you know, vehicle. So again, like Shannon and I, we get together and we create, like, you know, the old style mastermind, we create, you know, a third brain. But if you put everybody on this call collaborating together to solve a very specific problem, the kind of idea, I like to call idea sex, boom, 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 just comes out with things that never would have happened one-on-one. So I love tapping into that kind of collective energy, and through play, people just become more engaged. And that, I could go on and on too, man. And next time, I promise I will have my purpose statement elevator pitch ready and just do it like in a minute.
It's possible. I just wanted to add that was a game changer for me. And if you are here as a solopreneur, or you know, maybe you have a team or two, is that when you have that advisory board, they truly become it's like this is business acceleration, and it is so simple. I didn't realize that there were people that actually do want to help us. What a great statement that you said, Nancy, that just by you know, when I first learned this, I was advised just find 5 people, right? And find different skill sets and bring them together. And I was amazed when I learned how to ask for the help and ask them to come and help, and having, you know, gatherings, and how much that took me from the solopreneur thinking I was on my own. And part of why we do this is like you come together with that collective mind, and really tapped into resources and people and funding and all kinds of stuff. So I see, Nancy, what you do as an essential role for businesses to kind of level up.
Absolutely. You can press growth timelines, you eliminate costly mistakes, and you just increase that circle of influence, you know, because those people, and then the more engaged your advisors become and they see you implementing some of their ideas into your strategy, then they become even more engaged. And what happens is your company becomes their topic of conversation at the water fountain with their billionaire friends. So it's just, it really is very exponential on so many levels.
Awesome. So how would somebody connect with you, and anything that you want to, you know, radio commercial at the very end?
Okay.
What would that call to action be?
Yeah, probably LinkedIn is the best. Just Nancy Mayer. You'll find, I'll put my link in the in the chat. NancyMBusiness@gmail.com if you want to reach out to me. You know, I'm still working on where to send people and how to do things and all that other good stuff. So I will put my link in the my LinkedIn link in the chat.
Okay, awesome.
Could everybody put their LinkedIn link in the chat? I was looking for a couple people here and I couldn't find them.
Great idea. Nancy, I already have yours, just to let you know. And Nancy, I know this woman that's really great at building platforms.
Okay.
Juliet Clark. Especially for authors. Awesome. Just having fun today. Any questions or anything with Nancy before we move on? And Barbara, if you're open to going next after Nancy. Okay.
I
No
don't have any
problem.
questions, but I would love to meet with you, Nancy.
Well, Shannon put my LinkedIn, so
Yeah,
please
cool.
connect and yeah, anytime.
Perfect.
Nancy, I was also a consultant some time back, and I was working with companies, helping them do implement data science actually, and use them for decision making. Um, are you right now into bringing people together, or are you also into the process of creating solutions?
Uh, to be honest, I believe that the best solutions come from the people who are doing the work. So, the way I find solutions is helping you find the solutions. So, creating that environment and, understanding what outcome and what solution you want to find, and then creating 2 or 3 interactive exercises that will get you actionable results. Because I find sometimes when you just put people around the table, it's just blah 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 blah. This is not like, I know we're going somewhere. So I facilitate that, and
And
I
who
mean,
would be your
I do a lot of strategic planning as well, and a lot of my I'm originally, like I said, from Toronto, but again, it's a process. I like people putting people through the process, even though I have an intuitive ability to see the big picture and help you get to where you want. But I don't, and even when you're building an advisory board, I always recommend that we go within your 6 degrees of separation, because those are the people that really want to see you succeed. Like this advisory cloud, some of these other things where you have to pay people to be around the table with a moderator that isn't as engaged or invested. That's
So,
just a few
would it be
points.
right to say that your ideal, like the people who you collaborate with, are in their growth stage, where they have just maybe received funding and now they are bringing on board advisors or creating an advisory board?
Or just before you're getting ready for funding. So what I'd say
Okay.
is, there's kind of, what's the purpose first? Do you need funding? Do you need access? Because sometimes it's just that one connection that will change everything. Or do you need advice? And it's usually all 3, but we start by prioritizing, and then based on a bit of a SWOT, we decide what the categories, like, as Shannon was saying, the different backgrounds and expertise that you need, so that you're very intentional and very strategic about who you bring to the table. Not just like, because I work in a lot in the tech company, people's tech world, they'll say, oh, so and so is really well known. If they're on our advisory board, then where people are going to say they're going to increase the value by association, but that person isn't actually bringing anything to the table. So, especially in the tech world, if you're a techie guy, we can talk. I'm also a Scrum Master and a product owner and an Agile coach. So that's kind of where that customer advisory board piece comes with the tech.
Got it. Thank you.
So I have a couple people watching on LinkedIn and Facebook. Somebody's asking for how to get in. If you go to bantogetherevent.com, B.A.N, B-A-N, that stands for Business Acceleration Network, bantogetherevent.com, and click the join now for the September event. So that will get you in there. Wonderful, great questions. I love that we're small enough to dive a little bit deeper today. Wonderful. So Barbara, are you ready to share?
Well, first, let me just go ahead and confirm what Nancy's saying about the value of an advisory board. I worked for a nonprofit that went from 0 to global, and that's a very rare thing to see happen, right? Nonprofits generally stay within their little territory and they don't expand. But this nonprofit expanded because of their advisory board. So the advisory board was essential in building the network and building the donor base and developing the model that allowed global expansion. And that organization is called,
Oh, go ahead. But
it's called Family Bridges. And what Family Bridges does is teach relationship skills in Spanish and English for teenagers as well as couples and singles, with the idea of preventing divorce, preventing domestic violence by helping people understand what healthy relationships look like and practice those skills. It's been wildly successful and served over 100,000 people in 6 countries. So it's
Love,
Family
love, love
Bridges
it.
USA. Yeah,
The idea of preventing divorce, preventing domestic violence by helping people understand what healthy relationships look like and practice those skills. It's been wildly successful and served over 100,000 people in 6 countries. So it's
Love,
Family
love, love
Bridges
it.
USA. Yeah, the idea of preventing divorce, preventing domestic violence by helping people understand what healthy relationships look like and practice those skills.
Why am I hearing an echo?
100,000 people.
Is everybody else hearing that echo of me talking?
Yeah, it's like not even an echo. It's like a repeating.
Replay. Yeah,
But I
it's-
love that, Barbara, because I just find I do a lot of work with not-for-profits as well, and I just find that they're not really intentional. They just become so desperate that they'll take anybody. But if you can reverse engineer and be very strategic and intentional and set those expectations, this is a volunteer board, but this is what we expect, right?
Right.
And it's not just an opportunity to blah, 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 and then do nothing.
Exactly, right. So I mean, I was privileged enough to be with Family Bridges from the start and to see it grow and build those connections, like you said, with the billionaire donors, right? That's what you've got to do. So wonderful organization. I'm really proud. They're celebrating their 20th anniversary on October the 3rd. So I'm going to be at the gala. Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right. So I'm Barbara Doctor. Formerly known as Barbara Linick. I just got married to a guy whose last name is Doctor. I didn't believe him either. Everybody questions me about this new last name. It's been very funny. And what I do is I coach immigrants to achieve their dreams. I do coaching in English and Spanish. I've been involved in the immigrant community for about 30 years. And I've done everything in that time period, from education to business to nonprofit to ministry. I've kind of been all the way across the board. And so I can help people in all sorts of different aspects of their lives, whether it's helping get their kids into college or buy their first house or start their small business or change careers. I've helped immigrants do all of those things over this time period. And I'm based in Chicago. I do a lot of my work on Zoom, like the rest of us do these days, right? But here in the Chicagoland area, I've got a really broad network because of the different sectors that I've worked in. And so I'm able to help people make the connections that they need here and find the services that will help them to grow. I really enjoy what I do. I seem to just naturally attract immigrants from different walks of life and help them to find, their path forward, because so many people get here and then they work, and they get stuck, right? And they don't know what they need to do to make it to that next level and really achieve their dreams, because they're just like working all the time, just trying to, provide for their families. And sometimes it's just a small thing that will help them to move forward and they don't know where to find that. So I can help them with that. So for me, a great referral, would be somebody who works with immigrants, whether that's an immigrant lawyer or a nonprofit that works with immigrants. Those would be great referrals for me. Or if you have that ambitious friend out there, who might be a little frustrated with their current job, so they are looking for somebody to help them. Maybe they don't know that coaching exists, right? That might not be something that they're familiar with. So if you kind of give them a clue what that is, I would be more than happy to help them. I talked to a young man from Bangladesh this week and gave him some advice because he's looking to move to the United States. And he's like, what do I need to do? I said, well, the first thing you need to do is work on your English. So he's got to work on that, because whether he comes here on a work visa or comes here to go to school, which he's looking at both options, I said, you got to have that English, skills that you're going to be able to pass that test in order to get in. That's absolutely essential. So that's basically what I do. I do some nonprofit consulting as well, because it seems like everybody these days wants to start a nonprofit, and I can help them figure out if that's a viable proposition or not. The last time I checked, there were over 6,000 nonprofits already operating in DuPage County alone. So the question is, do we really need another nonprofit, right? So that's the question, right? And where are you going to find your donors? Because if you don't have a donor base, you're not going to be able to expand your services. So helping people to take a good, close look at that before they go jump on that IRS website and do the paperwork. They're always eager to get that 501c3, but sometimes you've got to really make a plan first. And so I try and help people to go through that discernment process to figure out what is their purpose in life. Is a nonprofit the best way to accomplish that purpose? Or maybe they should be working for an existing nonprofit. Maybe that's a better way to go. So that's basically about me. I put my website in the chat. It's cultivate-coaching.com. And you can kind of see my story there of I became an undocumented immigrant myself. And so that's how I can relate easily with people who are in whatever situation in immigration, because I've been there and I've done that myself. It's a long story. So I'm glad to be here. It was Carol who invited me. I see Carol just joined us. I appreciate the invitation, Carol. Thank you.
Beautiful. I have somebody that's been working for me for a couple of years, and she is Latino, and cleaning, and she left her business. I'd love to connect you guys. I don't know if she's an ideal client, but I know her kids are still in Mexico, and I just feel for her in her we haven't there could be some interesting things. I know that she's been here forever. I believe she's documented. I've never asked. I just love her. She's incredible. But I believe that there could be some interesting things there. So if you don't mind dropping your number or telling me how to connect you guys. She does speak Spanish. So
Great.
That's great that you speak fluently. My understanding.
Well, and I just married this Mexican guy, so I'm learning more Spanish every day. I thought I was fluent.
Oh, sorry.
Awesome.
I did have
I'm
a
learning
few
a lot
things.
more. Sure.
I'm from New Zealand, so I'm also on an F1 visa. And so I actually work with B.A.N visa immigration, and we bring in legally vetted employees from overseas to US employers who struggle with labor shortages. But you, let's say Cultivate, you guys, that is very true, because all of these legally vetted employees that come through us, we have a US law firm under us that we funnel them through and come back, PWD gets filed, everything. And so we have thousands of employees legally vetted. And so we funnel, streamline the entire thing. I think I would be a great resource for you to be able to, I don't know, we can talk more later, but that's literally what I do. We're a one-stop solution for immigration. And I love,
and I'm a one-person firm, so don't send me thousands of people, please.
Yeah. I won't, but I will try my best to bring value to you for sure.
All right, I appreciate that, William. Thank you.
Also, Barbara, from my side, I think this is relevant. Since you are trying to launch, a lot of immigrants have their own businesses. Since I have a business solution company, we can get you we do help a lot of new startups launch quickly in a lean way, more economical way. So we can give you a hugely discounted options, so that people who are from a weaker economic background, or who have not much capital but want to have a small business or a boutique business, we can help them. I mean, just for the helping them start. So that would be something that I can support you with.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. Hi, David. You made it. we have a smaller group today. Well, we started small. Now we've been growing. So we've done it a little bit different. Normally we break out into 3 different breakout rooms, and we use a pretty cool app to help make that happen. And so we're on the journey together, just doing a quick 2 minutes or less introduction, then exchanging leads or ideas quickly, and then going from there. So I will ask Juliet Clark to go next.
Of course you did, right when I was reading something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm Juliet Clark. I am the founder of Superbrand Publishing, and we do author platform building, books, published books, and then book marketing, media tours, things like that at the end. So yeah, we do a lot of platform buildings. And I want to give, she's not here, and I'm not sure why, Rebecca Bertoldi from the Trailblazers. I want to give her a shout out. She just transferred me from a system that was clunky and I could never use over to high level. And I am literally so happy with it. I'm bursting. She was not only super helpful, but the whole system. I'm building my own website. I'm building my own landing pages. I just built a bunch of funnels for the rest of the year. And I could not do that on the other system. So I am super, super happy with her. Unbelievably happy. So thank you, Rebecca, if you're watching.
I'm looking for that too. How do I get in contact with her?
So why don't you do this? Email me, Juliet at superbrandpublishing.com, and I'll make an introduction.
Okay.
But yeah, it's got email, you can build websites, it's memberships, it's courses, like it's just unbelievable. And also, we have really exciting news. We just partnered with odom.io, which is a course platform, and it's really different than like Teachable and all those ones that are out there. You can put your information on there for free, and then you give them a percentage of the deal. And what is really unique about them is that they allow licensing. So I have other publishers that I'm negotiating with to sell my courses. And they also have the opportunity for you to take your courses and get certified if they're eligible, because they do have to be eligible for continuing education, which if that's a big one, if you have courses that can be done as continuing education, that's a pretty good revenue stream because people have to take it. So we've got a lot going on here, and I feel like I've been neglecting poor Shannon and Nancy. So I apologize. I've been super busy.
I think you're wonderful. All right, I put your magazine link in there, Breakthrough Author Magazine. And
here's my email. Here, I'll give it to him just
okay, perfect.
Publishing.
Any other leads or questions for Juliet before we move to the next person? All right, William, do you mind going next?
Sorry.
And I'm not hearing you. I think you're muted still.
I'm so sorry. That was embarrassing.
That's okay. No, hey, we all do that.
So my name is William Heather, and I work for Pine Visa. And we're essentially, so there's 2 sides of Pine Visa. There's the employee side and it's an employer side. So I work for the employer side, the B2B business. And then on the other side, there's the B2C business. So these B2C it's not even a business. They go and get the employees, and then I go and get the US employers. And I fill labor shortages, high turnover rates, retention for not every single visa, but most visas. Let's say, so I'm focusing on the EB3 unskilled visa, which is anything to do with restaurants or caregivers or anything like that that is unskilled, that doesn't require a degree or 2 years of skill. And basically what I do is, for the employer, I streamline the entire process, take them through the complexities of hiring legally vetted employees for free. Everything is free with us. They only pay wages. They never pay Pine Visa. So the way that we get paid is that employees from overseas have to pay $30,000 to get their green card to start the EB3 unskilled program. I get commission off of that. So let's say if an employer signs 100 employees through the eligibility form, which on the like I would make that commission. And it's 500 commission for the employee when they sign with us, and then 500 when they arrive. And so right now I've been working on like quite a bit of deals. I'm working with Indeed to get onto Indeed for Employer dashboard, to where you can go streamline it and click hiring foreign legal employees. So that's in the works. And then, but my ideal, like I feel like I have a great product. We have a great product, but we don't have great marketing. Like we can't get out for employers to see this. Agriculture businesses are struggling with labor shortages. In Florida, basically every state we work with, we don't recruit any employees from overseas, from China and India, but that's it. I know I'm going all over the place, but like I'm so passionate about it, and there's so much information. The only caveat that the employer will be paying for is 1 to 3 years of waiting for the immigration backlog to die down, because it's very volatile. We can't promise the timeline. So it's just 1 to 3 years. But imagine, as an employer, you go to a form, you just put in the job details, your job role that you want to be filled, how many employees you want. Let's say you want 100, and then you put in the tax documents to prove that you can pay for those employees. And then it gets funneled through our law firm, and our immigration attorneys get sent back to us, and then we advertise, recruit, and just update them periodically, and just send them the clients. And if they want them, we get them. So it's very good. We're a one-stop solution for all immigration services. And we also hire registered nurses and IT specialists. And we also do corp-to-corp contracts. So for short-term, so we're just a one-stop solution for every recruiting need. And it's free. So except for the corp-to-corp. But yeah, we take that. But yeah, there's so many ways that we can benefit employers and bring value. I mean, also 3 years, 3-year retention, because they have to wait for the green card. So you're getting a 3-year employee, solid employee at bulk, through a 10-minute eligibility form. So that's where we streamlined it.
That's awesome. William, I put my number in there. I have somebody that I'm working with that has instead of posting to Indeed, they have it to where it posts to all of the platforms, Monster, LinkedIn, Facebook, just with one.
Yeah.
With everything, and it's a fraction of what people are spending to acquire. So it'd just be fun to talk to you to see if it's a good fit and an introduction. Yeah, because it saves people time and money and
yeah,
tired.
That's the one thing that Indeed loved about us, is that they get complaints from all these employers that they're waiting. They have to go through 300 candidates to see which ones. They don't have to do that with us. They just sign 10-minute eligibility form and put that job detail in there, and you 100% get it. So no need to post Indeed if you want legally vetted employees. So, and we also do professionals like IT specialists, everything. So we're a one-stop solution.
Okay, yeah, I put my information in there. I'd love to talk.
Awesome.
Anybody have any questions or comments? Or
what's the volume you do a year?
Yeah, so we were created post-pandemic because everyone started working remote after being labor shortage. So the value in terms of getting employees, right now we have about like 2,000 in a backlog. So we don't struggle with getting employees. We struggle with getting employers. So that's like, and McDonald's, like any companies, agriculture companies, line workers, crew members, Tyson Foods, those big companies we can fill.
Okay. Awesome. I think it's a great theme today. So do either of you guys know Lauren Cohen? She's a international attorney that deals with immigration. And Juliet, when you're sending messages, they're coming directly to me because I sent you a private message before we started. So you might want to shut that off or resend your messages so everybody gets it. I know you want everybody to see them.
Passing notes before class. I don't know. You get busted.
And it was so funny. I was like, Juliet, I just want to leave the name anonymous. And then she reads it out loud. Oh, okay. Let's go with, okay. Do I say, Kisala. Did I say that right?
It's called Kisle Pandey. You can call me Pandey. It's easy.
Handi. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, would love
So I am right now based in India, and I have a business solution company, as I already mentioned. Uh, my journey has been, before, the first company that I started was a D2C brand, a milk company. So right now it's still operating. It's a fully automated company. We are serving around 5,000 families with milk. Every day morning they get milk. And that, since it's automated, my background was consulting. So now we started business solution company. We help all type of companies with different stages. Let's say you're in the early stages, you need branding, launching, technical support for your initial infrastructure. And if you're in the ideation stage, we help you with market research, competitor research, understanding who your ideal customer is, persona, different things. So we have broken it into 4 phases. First is the market research. Second is your branding and designing support. Third is your technical support, websites, automation, email campaigns, everything. And fourth, the final, since to sustainability, you need lead generation. So we help them with growth and lead generation. uh, Different, the best part about this work is I get a different type of companies. They have different problems, and it's always fun to solve them. And I honestly, after listening to all of you guys, the whole practice has been that what can I offer you, what solution can I offer you, and I have a lot of solutions for all of you guys. So yeah, feel I am right now just trying to hang out with people and understand and network. This is not for lead generation, but I would love to know your problem statements if there is anything I can help you with. Also, the good part is I am very active with the startup network here. So if you need something that I do not offer, I'll connect with the right people. I would love to help you. That
Yeah.
is me.
And if I could ask, what's your favorite platforms? Are there certain platforms you use? Like I know Juliet mentioned Go High Level or Builderall or WordPress. Are you familiar? Share
Yes. So it depends on it's just tool. The idea is what problem you want to solve and what is the best tool for it. If you're going to start something lean, let's say WordPress, it's easier for the owner also to make changes to it. But if you are looking for something complicated websites, we prefer coding tools. Like we custom code them. So it depends. Let's say you're talking about websites. So I'm telling you, WordPress is easier to implement. But if you're looking for something complicated, dynamic visualizations, coding options are better. So when you ask me a problem, I ask you why do you need it, and then I give you the best tool for it.
That's awesome. So you can code. That's awesome.
I can.
Okay, cool.
uh,
Anybody else?
apart from that, yeah. So also, we are just in the ideation of it. We have not started. I'm also planning to help bring a VA support. VA is like virtual assistant. So a lot of we have understood that not everybody needs a whole project. They need little support. Maybe in small technical implementations, like let's say you want to do your own meta ads, Facebook, Instagram ads. It's a very simple thing. So you don't need to hire a full agency. You can do it yourself. We will help you with assistant who will help you with small tasks. And once you're done with it, you don't have the liability of paying an employee. So we are just brainstorming on that.
Awesome. So you do outsourcing too. Do you have website for both of those or just
Right now, my business solution company website I've mentioned, it's called Flow My Business. The VA website is under development. We'll soon launch it and I'll share it to you guys.
perfect? All right. Anything else before? So flowmybusiness.com. Those of you that are
Yes.
listening to the recording.
I would love if anybody would like to go get on a 20-minute call, discuss if I can, like, we can share ideas, whatever your stage of the business is. And if something helps, we'll build on it.
I'll reach out to you after this.
Sure. Love
Yeah,
to
cool.
talk to you.
Perfect. Anybody else before we move on? All right. So we have William. I think Carol keeps getting kicked in and out. Nope, there's Carol. Carol, we'll have you go next. Then we'll have David.
Hi, I'm Carol Wachniak. I live in the Chicagoland area. My background is labor delivery postpartum, and I have a certification program to help women become labor support as doulas. So We've served over 4,000 families, delivered 1,200 babies, and we deliver.
Wow.
that-
So you work in the hospital space and
we work on wherever the client goes. If they want a home birth, we do home births. I prefer home births, but we do all.
are they like CNAs or like what are they?
So
That you're
So your labor support, so you're not a CNA. You can have the CNA skills, of course, but for women who want the emotional and physical support, the education, so we provide childbirth education for the expectant mothers. And we're launching the Hispanic childbirth education and doula training, all in Spanish. So as well, that's coming.
that's great.
So thank
Is
you.
there anything we could support you with?
No, I'm here to support you guys, and it's wonderful to meet you all. This is wonderful.
I do have a question, Carol. So how
Yeah.
many like labor supporters do you have?
So, so right now we have 30 personally, but I have the largest birthing community on LinkedIn. So anyone who needs a resource, it's international, and I have a major network. So people need services all over the world. We've been able to connect them to someone.
Wow. Okay, I think I understand. That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so Carol used to be the club president for used to be Forbes and Inc. #1 must attend business conference. And so she is connected to people globally. She's definitely a great resource to have with contacts. You'd be amazed. Nancy, if you and Carol haven't connected yet, she's probably got some people in your space too that is really beautiful. Awesome. All right. David, would you like to share next? And David and Suzanne, just so you know, I think David, you probably heard this on the recording. We had a very small group when we got started. We only had 5 of us. Please come back next month because this is a different format. Normally we break into 3 different breakout rooms. So you get to meet a little more like speed dating. We have an app that you check into, and there's, it's a little different structure, but today with it's small and we're so glad. I always believe it's better late than never. So even though you came in a little later, we did more of an open format. And I do invite you to go back and listen to the replay. It'll be on the YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook because some of the people that went first, they're up to some amazing stuff. Okay, David, welcome.
Well, I must say I was with you since the beginning. I just couldn't get into the Zoom platform, and I wanted to because there are so many good things you share on the chat, and on that video you can't share the chat, you can't see it, so I just had to come in. Unfortunately, I have nothing to offer you folks, but I'm here because I'm looking for help. And I've heard some great stuff, especially Julia, you can really help me. Some of the courses I do throughout the continental US and Canada is CE credited. I did sell a portion of my company back in May. And so now I have to get my courses re-registered so that can be for continuing education, for heating and air, plumbing, and electrical in service. It's only B2B. So anyone that has a HVACR or plumbing, electrical in the US, and distributors, those are the people that I train and coach. So I'm trying to expand. And when I saw that invitation, I said I might meet a few people that might have some stuff I need. So at least today I got at least 2 or 3 things that I can absolutely benefit from if I connect to the right folks on this meeting.
Awesome. And you're in Florida.
Yes.
So we actually have a live event on October 15th. That's pretty powerful. that we've had a roofer come, we've had a contractor come, we've had people, realtors come. We actually have somebody that's being featured this time. So I can drop that in the chat if you're up for getting
Yeah.
away and meeting some amazing people in person.
I think I RSVP to it, but I didn't know you had it here where we can attend. So if you can send me that info.
Yep, I'll do that now. Perfect. Any questions and do you want to drop in everybody, for the people that came in late, if you want to drop in your LinkedIn again so that they can get access to that, that would be wonderful. Because David, I went and looked up cruise and it said hypnotist, and I was thinking you could probably help all of us, but then it wasn't you. So
I do have my background in psychology. That's my degree. And when I heard about the divorce, I was pretty good. I actually started a book on, anyway, it didn't go nowhere. But I leave my interpersonal relationship, sociological development in the back since I became a single dad, and I just rather do other stuff and make money building other businesses.
Beautiful. May I ask how old your child is?
Now, everyone on this group is going to make fun of me. All right, so Nicholas is 27, Sarah's 25. I understand, but they still live with me. They're on my payroll. I've been taking care of them for 18, I think going on 16 years now. And so I still call them my kids, and they still act like they're 12.
I'm actually in the same exact place. I have a 27-year-old and a 25-year-old, and I love it. So the reason I mentioned that is at this event, we sponsor young adults up to 27 years old to participate, and it's our Tomorrow's Leaders Today piece. And so what's so magical about this is at the live events, they get to break bread with other business owners and learn and hear and ask questions and talk about ideas, or just observe whatever they feel. And then like we have Amanda's daughter, who's a part of Tomorrow's Leaders Today, and she's in college and just got handed, a big role in a dance studio. And so we guide them with life stuff. And so as you look at that, there's a video there that you can peek at about we call it Tomorrow's Leaders Today. We love young adults. They've been handed, they've been handed a different time than we have.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I lived in Europe, and it's like they don't kick their kids out of the house at 18. We're the only country that's like, you got to be on your own. And so I kudos to you. I think it's better to build great, happy, productive individuals when the time is right. So
Thank you. That would be really helpful.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I would love to join that. If possible. Never mind.
It's open for anybody, but it is at the convention center. So because it's only a lunch event, most people, may not.
Oh.
Fly, but if you fly in, it's
no,
great.
Never mind. It's okay. Never mind.
Yeah, we do it once a quarter, and Susan and some of them that are on here have been, and it's just really a remarkable.
That's cool. Like I wish there's something like that here in Dallas.
Or was he talking about the young leaders, Tomorrow's Leaders Today?
Yeah, wait, how old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh,
Yeah.
you would fit in. Oh, Amanda, see, listen to the intuitive. She
Yeah.
I heard what he was saying.
Yes, we work with anybody, anywhere around the world. If you go to our website, but I'll drop this here. I'm just saying this for the recording. If you go to businessaccelerationnetwork.com, on the About page, when you scroll down, and I'm giving you this direct link, you will see a place that says Tomorrow's Leaders Today, and there's an application. So it is an application process.
Okay.
And we haven't rejected anybody. The events are a little different. We want to kind of check in to make sure they're going to be okay being there, because they have to sit at a table and things like that. But let me drop this in here, and please apply. Would love to have
I
you
definitely
part of
will.
our community. Awesome. David, anything else, or anybody else want to contribute to David?
I put in my link in the chat, and I want to apologize. It's making me laugh. This was done years and years ago, and it's one of my employees that did it for me. But it says DC amazing. I didn't do that. I'll have to go in there and change it. I'm like, why does it say that? So I didn't do it.
Why is that funny? That is awesome. Claim your power. Be amazing. Be
I use that
amazing.
word great deal. I think that's what it is. If I love something, amazing, amazing, or brilliant. But anyway, I shared it, and all I can add is I got more today than I expected. So thank you.
Thanks for reaching out. Okay, there's the Tomorrow's Leaders Today link. So you can grab that. Perfect. And Suzanne joined us with RS Tech Solutions. I think she's still here. Suzanne, are you? Yes, there we are. You're muted. And Suzanne and her husband both came to our retreat and had some amazing breakthroughs. It was so fun working with you.
Yes, thank you. So I'm here to share what we do, and it's lovely to meet you all. Some of you I even know, so that's great. So what we do, RS Tech LLC, offers services and installation on audio video equipment for B2B. So we also we'll put up TVs, do some wiring. We do drive-through systems. We do self-healing surge protectors for big equipment. Businesses typically need that because especially in Florida where there's a lot of lightning, it can just wipe out your very expensive equipment. What else do? We do data systems as well. So that's basically what we do. And I personally am starting a little business, being a nurse for many years. I'm working on adrenal fatigue, which means burnout. And I'm coming up with a program for nurses who are burnt out to help them crush it, pretty much. So that's another project I'm working on. So if you know any nurses who need support or just an ear to listen to, they can reach out to me. So we have those two things going on. So thanks.
Awesome. So RS Tech Solutions, tell them what area, because I know you have some up.
Yes, we service all of Florida and parts of South Georgia when it comes to like service and installation. We also have an area in New England. Most of the New England states are serviced as well with Mark's partner up in Massachusetts, Connecticut, Maine, Rhode Island. What other states are up there? Even New York. So yeah.
And if I remember, you guys have a great referral program. So anybody that makes an introduction, there's a little reward for those introductions. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm diving into their business a little bit. And I'm just thinking, if you have anything technology wise, talk to them. That surge suppressor was pretty much a game changer. We think of these ones that we buy at Office Depot and stuff, and after looking at what you have, it's like, yeah, there's much better opportunities. So any questions for Suzanne? All right,
Thank you.
okay. Juliet, this was a totally different format. How did it land for you before we wrap it up? And I just have a couple of announcements and fun stuff.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice and intimate and got to meet some new people. So
beautiful. Well, I just wanted to invite everybody to check out our community, because we have a online community that's not a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group. It's a private community where you can access our members 24/7. There's a great app. There's a lot of training, and we do mastermind style other events that are going on, and you I'm rambling now. Get to attend retreats, and there's a lot of other things that we love to play with you. So if that's something that you're interested in learning more, I'm going to drop in a link to where you can attend one of our masterminds for free. Would love to have you come and check it out. We have 40 members in there now, including our tomorrow's leaders today. And I feel like I wanted to share one other thing here, but let me just grab this. All right, any ahas? Let me just close this out with any final remarks or aha moments or takeaways, ideas. I'm just going to boast for a minute about the retreat. We're getting ready to do another retreat in December or January. We're still firming to up the date. We just did our last retreat and it was so powerful. We helped people develop their marketing plan. We've got a framework that you customize for what we call our 121-day marketing plan, but you can shift it however you want. And I'm so grateful, Amanda, that you came to one of our initial retreats, because Amanda was like, I've used this template over and over again. Make sure you don't just start writing on it, actually duplicate it so you can keep reusing it. And it was really powerful because the very first day, our first evening, we play this game that helps us set our intentions and kind of get clear on our intentions and our business and some of what we're working on. And then the first full day, we do what we call the Dare to Live meditation. And this meditation process really helps everybody get super clear on what they're doing and what they shouldn't be doing. It's kind of a catalyst for clarity. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can also get on the waiting list or apply for that. And Susan, did you want to add anything about the retreat, or I don't think anybody else is here that was there.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, and I'm just plugging this in.
You ready?
Yep. Oh, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, it was life-changing. It really was very much heart-centered, and it just made you evaluate or realize how precious life really is, and to create what you love. And that was the big takeaway for me. It was life transforming. It was amazing, and I'd go again. I would go again for sure.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And here we go. Okay, so this is to attend the mastermind for free. If you're just a guest and want to sneak behind the curtain and meet some of the other players. So with that, I am super excited. Tomorrow I am speaking at the UN for space. Is there any people into Star Trek or anything space that I could share the link with? Any Star Trek people? Yep. Okay. Let me get the link.
I always wanted to become an astronaut when I was a child.
You did?
I
Yeah.
was trying. Yeah, what the heck? I was trying to find the mute button to unmute myself, but where are you going?
Well, it's happening in New York at the UN building, and it is let me just pull up the details of it. And I am, because I'm moving tomorrow, I am actually going to be doing it virtually, but there's over 100 global space-focused organizations that are coming together for this summit because they're working to bring space kind of at the forefront. And I've learned a lot. I'm there more talking about community and how to build community and work together for economic growth and kind of progress in things. But they are, they're talking about things like space migration. They're talking about, there's a lot here. So let me share this with you so you can register for free.
Wow.
And you can also watch the live stream. And hold on just a second.
And sorry, when is this?
So it's all day tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I think I'm speaking at like 10:40, but there's a great lineup. You can see who's there and what's happening. And then they have something happening on the 20th, which you can register for also. That's more of a mixer and a panel. And then they have kind of a summary event that's happening on October 10th.
How did you get invited, Shannon?
There is somebody I've been working to get in our community. They just haven't filled out their form yet. His name is Robert Katz, and he owns the World Innovation Network.
Oh.
And so because of the prosperity network we've been building here in B.A.N, he thought this would be great to bring to the space sector. I really didn't feel qualified, but when we kind of looked at it, it was like, oh yeah, these are universal principles of how to play together and how to grow together, and some of what Nancy teaches, right? Where you build that advisory team and you troubleshoot and work together to solve problems and look at technology and things like that.
This may be a very weird question, but do you know if they hire, like, let's say they need the best space engineer in the world, but he's in Italy or something, like, how did
This is a global conference, so there's
Oh.
people from these speakers are from all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
so this is not a US thing.
This is an important event for you, like, and for everyone, actually. That's cool.
It's huge.
Huge.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
It's huge. Congratulations, Shannon.
No, for real.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Wow.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Are you guys by any chance covering maybe space debris, or how people, like, I've seen a lot of projects coming up with small satellites to connect globally, like Starlink is one of the projects.
Yeah.
So maybe are you guys talking about collaboration among countries so that they can somehow come together to understand which satellite will be, and use them in a group and not individually launch them, because then there will be so many satellites.
That's a big part of why they're doing this, is to bring so it's a citizen driven initiative from various countries and various organizations. So they definitely are doing this so that they can collaborate. That's the main reason, is just to kind of break down those barriers and quit the silos and get them finding out how to accelerate. I didn't know this, but the whole space migration and mass migration and people living in space is one of the primary focuses, and obviously exploration. And so they feel like that they need to bring all the minds from around the world together to be able to facilitate that.
Yeah, that's really important, actually.
So
like
cool.
in future, space is the next place where all the countries are exploring, and if there is not collaboration, there's so much, again, the same thing will happen that happened on the earth: debris and pollution and a lot of extra things that are not required. So maybe that's a very good start to collaborate.
Yeah.
All the best. All the best.
Thank you. I'm going to also share with you the link to be able to watch it live, or at least get on the waiting list, so that you notice on YouTube when it's going to play live. And yeah, thank you for letting me share that with you. I'm excited to see. Oh, it's just doing the here button. Does that link take you to YouTube? I think it was there before.
The
All
one,
right.
the one above, watch the live stream here.
Okay,
well.
perfect. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
And what time are you speaking?
I think it's at 10. I think it's at 10:43 or something like that, or 10:40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eastern time.
Eastern
Fantastic.
time. I hope that's right. Yeah. No, because they're in New York. It's Eastern time. Yes. Perfect. And there's some amazing people there. They brought in a couple of astronauts, and they're using a lot of terms that are spacey. Star Trek. I'm gonna be at. Is this their symbol? Is that work from work? Is that work from work?
Yeah. Live long and prosper.
Oh yes. Okay. Awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Please be sure to sign up next month. It will be totally different. And you sign up at bandtogetherevent.com, bandtogetherevent.com. I want to give special thanks to Nancy and Juliet, our power partners that continue to show up and support our community, and Carol, who's also a power partner, and just really grateful that you're here to help everybody grow. and look forward to seeing you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Pleasure
Thanks,
meeting
everybody.
you all.